Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new video on the Infinite Baffle channel. My name is Niall and today I think I've got a very interesting video for you guys because as you can see next to me here, we are joined by the Duevel Planets speakers. Now, these are an omnidirectional speaker that have been on the market for quite some time now, but I'd never had the chance to listen to them, and given their unique design, it's something that I'd always wanted to give a go. When I actually had a bit of a research on them, I couldn't see too much in terms of videos or information about the speakers covering them, so I thought this would be a great opportunity to cover them ourselves, bring that to you guys. Hopefully you do find it useful, enjoyable. If you do, make sure to leave a thumbs up, make sure to subscribe for weekly hi-fi content. Your support on the channel over the last few weeks has been incredible. If we can keep that going again, it would be greatly appreciated. But yeah, the omnidirectional Duevel Planet speakers, let's get into it. We always like to kick things off by talking about the design and the aesthetics of the products that we look at, but in this instance, there's going to be even more to unpack than normal because, I mean, just look at these speakers here. These are a very unique niche design. They stand 84 centimeters tall, 26 centimeters wide, and 16 centimeters deep in what is almost an in between a bookshelf and a floor stand kind of size. They're very, very low profile. The way that the omnidirectional sound works with the Planets is that you have the two drivers on the top of the cabinet. The sound gets upfired into these two planets that sit above them, and then the sound gets dispersed around the room from there. Now, what that means on paper is firstly, positioning, placement, room sensitivity is a little bit tricky with these. You're going to want to make sure you get your placement spot on here. But what it should mean is that if you do get that right, you're rewarded with a really natural, realistic sound. And we're going to come on to that in just a second. The Planets come in a variety of different finishes. You can get something more traditional like a black or a white, or something a little bit more out there like a red, or the beautiful blue that we're joined with here. I do think appearance-wise, these are going to divide a lot of people. So let me know, do you love this design? Or you're not so keen. I can see a situation where somebody absolutely loves the sound of these, but it's going to be really hard to get them to fit into, a traditional room aesthetically, especially in a colour such as the blue or the red. It is very out there, but I do think it's going to be, like I say, a very Marmite kind of thing where some people love it and some people just aren't keen at all. The unique design doesn't stop there either, because when it comes to connecting your speakers up to your amplifier, you actually connect the speaker cable to the bottom of the cabinet. Again, something that's super different. You can also see there's a port at the bottom to help with the bass management as well. But yeah, the continuing theme here is just unique, niche, out there design. As always, a link to the speakers will be in the description below to Audio Affair, where we listen to the Planets here. The speakers coming in at just over £1,000 with an impedance rating of 4 ohms and a sensitivity of 85 dB. But again, all the specifications in full will be below. I should also touch upon the fact that the Planets are 50 watts RMS, and when listening to them, we paired them up with the Arcam SA45, which I think some people might say is a little bit overkill, but we really wanted to try and maximise performance and see exactly what these Planets were capable of. We will also be including a sound test at the end of the video, so if you want to hear these in action, make sure to stick around to the very end. As I've touched upon, I've never listened to an omnidirectional speaker before, so I was really curious to see exactly what the Planets were capable of. And when we very first fired the system up and got some music playing, the first thing that really stood out to me was, wow, these things sound big. I mean, they're a very small cabinet. They take up a very small footprint, but the sound that they put out is anything but that. It's a huge soundstage that these speakers produce. The overall sound is one that's a little bit treble leaning, a little bit sharp, but not so much that it makes it a bad thing. I actually think the highs sound really tidy with the Planets here. But the best feature by a mile when it came to these speakers for me, aside from that large soundstage, were the vocals. Now, if you've watched any of the speaker overviews that we've done on the channel, you guys know that I love a speaker where the vocal is a central part of the presentation. It's really something you can listen to and pick out, and everything else revolves around it. And my word, that is exactly what you get with these Planets. The vocals sound realistic, they sound natural, they sound really clear. I mean, they were super impressive. The low end, the bass was also far greater than what I expected we'd get here, given the size of the cabinet. So I mean, when we were listening to dance tracks in particular, it felt punchy, it felt deep, it felt low. The extension was far better than what I would ever have given these speakers credit for, and again, for the size of the cabinet, incredibly impressive. I have again got to just highlight how good the vocals sound though with these speakers. I mean, when listening to artists such as Lizzie McAlpine, Lana Del Rey, Zach Bryan, it was absolutely incredible when you've got these kind of acoustic stripped back songs with great vocals over the top. These really do sound absolutely impeccable. What I will say is though, when you're listening to tracks that have got a bit more going on, they do lose a bit of that. Now, a good example of this would be the song Anthem by Blink-182, where you start off with a bit of guitar, you got the drum build up, and in isolation, the drums and the guitar sound absolutely fantastic, but when it all comes together, it just feels like, I'm hesitant to use the word muddy because I don't think it sounds muddy, but I just think you lose a little bit of something that the speakers have with more stripped back songs. You know, examples of where these really shine are tracks like Joy of My Life, Chris Stapleton again, raw, realistic guitar, fantastic vocals, Big Black Car by Gregory Alan Isakov, another one, you know, stunning vocals, stripped back guitar. These sound absolutely phenomenal, but it's just when you start to get a little bit more involved with the tracks, they just lose that little bit of something that makes them so special on those other tracks. But let's not forget these speakers are just over £1,000, and even with that taken into account, I think these sound absolutely wonderful at that price point. I mean, especially if you're someone that prefers that kind of vocally rich, stripped back kind of music. I mean, for £1,000, if that's all you're going to be listening to, these are a steal. I do want to touch upon the room placement side of things again though, because I think that's incredibly important. They're very space sensitive. You're going to want to make sure you don't put them too close to a wall. And yeah, the placement of them is just super key. If you do get that right, however, you just reap the rewards. They can really fill a room incredibly well. And the real benefit again with the omnidirectional sound is that when you do get it right, there isn't just one perfect listening spot. You can sit in several spots around the room and these speakers will still sound absolutely phenomenal. Considering these are the very first omnidirectional speakers that I've ever listened to, I was thoroughly impressed with the Duevel Planets. I think unquestionably they're not a speaker that's going to be for everyone, whether that's because of the unique and niche design, whether that's because of this room sensitivity side of things, you know, whatever it might be. These aren't going to be for everybody, but if you're in that sweet spot where you've got the space for them, you really enjoy that stripped back style of music, the vocals being rich and natural, these are a great option. Not only are they a great option because of the sound that you get from them, not only are they a great option because of the unique design, but I do genuinely think if you had these in your home, they're not just a speaker, they're a talking point almost for when people come round because of just how different they look to what people expect from a traditional speaker. As I mentioned, these really will be, I think, a love or hate speaker. I mean, I can see a situation where somebody listens to these and if they like this kind of sound, for £1,000, they might think these are the best speakers they've ever heard at that price point. But then I can also see a situation where someone would listen to them and go, well, you know, KEF LS50, for example, I'm getting a much more well-rounded sound, I'm getting easier placement, I'm getting an easier design to fit into my aesthetics, you know, into my room. You know, why would I ever go for this? And it really is the kind of speaker where if you fit the niche that they go for, you will absolutely love them in my opinion. But if you've ever had the chance to listen to the Planets or any other omnidirectional speaker for that matter, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section down below. You know, as I say, this is the first time I'd ever listened to this style of speaker and I was very impressed. The sound test, as mentioned, will be following this. If you did enjoy the video, again, make sure to leave a thumbs up on it. Make sure to subscribe for weekly hi-fi content and we'll catch you all in the next upload. We'll see you there, guys.